Good afternoon. Welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. As you can see at the back of me is our small farm there. It's doing very well, and I just like it. I like our farm. It's a very good farm. So you have been seeing in the news about the impeachment of the president of Kenya. Is it deputy president of Kenya? It's called Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua. So now, yesterday the parliament voted 281 votes to 45 and one abstention to impeach him. So that's what I'm saying. Ruto Gachagua fallout. The Ruto and Gachagua fallout. I repeat again. The Ruto and Gachagua fallout. So these two gentlemen came into power in the year, is it 2022? Under the Kenya Kwanza government, under the UDA party. It was the hustler movement. No one wanted to listen. I had a friend of mine, he was into those things. I would tell him to vote for Azimio, for Raila Odinga. He didn't want to hear. He said, no, it's hustler. Hustler here means the normal man and woman who tries to survive. Kenya is a very interesting country. People talk of pride, hustler. Eh? But that's just another euphemism for poverty. If you're a hustler, it means you are living hand to mouth. You usually don't know even where your next money will come from. You are living in a dingy place. You cannot even own land. You cannot even own a car. So everything is hand to mouth. You don't know where the money will come from the next day. That's what I'm talking about. The Ruto and Gachagua fallout. It has been dramatic. I was just thinking, if someone was to write a book, let's say a storybook, I will title it The Truthful Man, Gachagua. The Truthful Man. It's a very interesting, The Truthful Man. So now there's this big fallout, the Ruto Gachagua fallout. They came up, they have said the hustler movement. It was supposed to change Kenya to ensure that the Mama Mboga, the motorbike rider, here in Kenya, we destroyed our transport system. We had buses, young Gen Zs. In the early 90s, Kenya had buses that would employ many young men and women as drivers, conductors, mechanics, people who do maintenance, washing the cars. But we destroyed that because of selfishness. Now we have small vans called matatus that are supposed to carry people. A capital city of 5 million people relying on 14 seaters. How stupid are we? Our neighbor here, Tanzania, are having mass transport of serious buses, 100-seater minimum. Plus, they're now moving into commuter rail. They're trying now to integrate commuter rail that can move across the capital cities and carry thousands of people. But I was reading somewhere, Tanzania has over 300 buses that carry over 300,000 people. Is it per month? Per month. Over 300,000 people carried by 300 buses. These electric buses, which are big, which give dignity to our people. If you're a pregnant woman, or you are a man who's a hustler, or you are moving around, young children, you sit comfortably, you sit with dignity, you pay, that the payment, they use cards. So you go buy a card, and then you just swipe. The driver and conductors are paid well, so they treat their customers with respect. They dress well. I'm sure the drivers and conductors have benefits, insurance, they have holidays. So someone feels as if he's a human being. But here our drivers and conductors of matatus don't even have job security. They are hired any day by day, and they earn peanuts. In a month, a driver and a conductor can earn a minimum of $300 after working like donkeys from morning at 5 a.m. until evening at midnight. Even we wonder when they sleep. So back to the Ruto and Gachagua fallout. So the so-called hustler movement has turned out to be a theater of the absurd, corruption left and right and center, confusion. Like let me give you an example. They have brought this year. We had NHIF, National Insurance Fund, NHIF, something like that. Even a National Hospital Insurance Fund, something like that. They removed it, they brought something else. If you go and log on, you cannot even log yourself. It's just now, me with my old degrees, I'm finding it hard to even log on. When you log on, it's it's as if this backlog. It's as if the system crashed. Kenya is a very interesting country. These are things that should be so simple. I mean, I'm telling you, that's why I'm talking about the Ruto Gachagua fallout. Now Gachagua has been impeached. Sooner or later, you're going to have a new, if I'm not wrong, going to have a new vice president, and there are some rumors of who it will be. I hope the one who's chosen can sit down with Ruto and tell him there's someone called Professor Maima. He's a YouTuber, and they have solutions for Kenya. Yes. Sometimes the solutions of our country of complex are found in the simplest minds. Let me tell you, there was a book I read back in the day. A princess had a problem. I don't know, she was just sleeping. And then they went and found someone who would wake her up from her slumber. And then you know what it happened. So me, you should tell him there's someone called Professor Maima and other big brains in this country. Okay, let me say humble brains in this country who can, sharp brains, who can solve your problems. 5 things. After the Ruto Gachagua fallout, this is how Kenya will improve. Number 1, offer free education from nursery to university. There's money. We saw the deputy vice president talk of how he has become a billionaire in 2 years. Offer free education from nursery until university. Number 2, offer free medical care for everyone. Just ensure the counties build the structures, the hospital dispensaries, let the government staff hospitals and pay doctors and all medical staff and give medical to the hospitals. All these private hospitals are going to go away. Even these pharmacies will go away. We'll have a healthy nation. Number 3, ensure that our farmers are taken care of. Give them enough seeds, fertilizer for 3 years maximum. Just free. Free. Tell them to produce enough. Then something else, still on that farmers, ensure this integrated drainage system in Kenya that ensures that people get water for irrigation year all round. That's what we're talking about. So that we can farm the year all round. Like Nairobi can have an integrated drainage system when there's a lot of rainfall, so that now there's enough water to be used in irrigation in Nairobi and neighboring counties. Like this county of Masai Land, there's so much idle land, yet even Masai Land, Ukambani, yet people cannot farm because the rain is not very reliable. So integrated drainage system in Nairobi to give you water to save for domestic use, clean water for everyone in Nairobi, irrigation for neighboring counties, plus the farmers getting free seeds and fertilizers. Number 4, let's have manufacturing in the country, value addition. Days of sending our young daughters and sons to be maids, slaves in other country has to end. Ensure there is value addition in all counties. Call all the governors and give them 1 month to give you a plan of value addition each county should have a product or a crop they can do value addition. Like for example, I'm from Busia. Busia used to grow cotton very well. Tell them to give land to farmers to do serious crop farming. These young men who are doing betting should go and farm those cotton. Bring in private investors to do cotton company. Let's have our own, is it clothes? Let's make our own clothes that can be used here in Kenya and sold outside. That is industrialization 101. Another thing, number 5, infrastructure. Infrastructure is poor in Kenya. If you have this rail that has stopped, SGR has stopped in a thicket, in a bush in Naivasha, should go all the way to Kampala. Talk with our uncle Museveni, M7, that can happen. Also, superhighway. This I heard the people want to bid for us a superhighway. I don't know if it's Americans. I don't know if Trump takes power if that will happen, but in short, the superhighway is built from Kampala through Nairobi to Mombasa all the way to Tanzania. Let's have a superhighway of 8 lanes going around East Africa. All those presidents will agree. This can be done in 3 years. Not forgetting high salaries for our civil servants, teachers, lecturers, police officers, doctors, and all other cadre. The lowest teacher should have be paid $500. Whether it's play group, it doesn't matter. The lowest lecturer, whether it's even a tutorial fella, should earn a minimum of $3,000. The money will flow in this country, you'll be surprised. And those industrializations, as we do commuter transport around Nairobi and neighboring counties, that is commuter rail and also good roads, those industries, when they are built, you'll take there it's called your housing projects. Private people will come on board, you give them land, they build for you nice houses. The young men and women who are working in those industries will take those houses and start owning. So the next vice president of Kenya, tell our president someone called Professor Maima and other like minds who can solve his problem in Kenya. And you turn east or west. Once Trump wins power, America will look inside. You need to turn to Chinese. Yes, they give us loans, but we are better off with the devil you know than the angel you don't know. For these past 10 years, we have been knowing the Chinese. We know them well. We have similarities. They eat fish, we eat fish. We love family, they love family. Isn't it? So those are my points on the Ruto Gachagua fallout. This is a chance for the president of Kenya to do a reset and bring in thinkers. You can have your cabinet secretaries, but you need thinkers, policy makers who can help you. In fact, fire all those Harvard-trained advisors. Let them go home. Have people like me, other big brains, sharp brains in Kenya, who can bring ideas so that now the technical people in ministries do their work. Yes, this is a chance for President Ruto to reset Kenya on those 6 grounds. And also, don't forget the Kenyan Gen Zs. There's the Youth Council. Put their money, put their billions of shillings. Let these young men and women elect their leaders and mentor them to be the next leaders. Don't allow them to move around. When you keep them busy or preoccupied, they'll give good ideas. You'll also be mentoring the next leaders. Because in the next 20 years, Africa should be one country. That is the Pan-Africanism of Kwame Nkrumah, Tom Mboya, Raila Odinga, and all those great leaders, not forgetting Nyerere. Yes, those great leaders. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. President Ruto, this is your chance to set Kenya. So I want to pray for you who's watching me that you have a long life. It's very windy. That you become rich and prosperous, not only you, but your grandchildren and all your generations. And that all your dreams become a reality. And also have a long life, a good job reality, your first piece of land reality, your first car reality, passport to travel outside Kenya reality. That beautiful partner to start a family reality. Children, grandchildren reality. More money in your pocket reality. I also pray for myself to get big money to build the biggest technological university here in Africa and worldwide. To create a product that can be used here in Africa and worldwide. To provide jobs for these young Gen Zs and train future entrepreneurs to take Kenya and Africa to the next level. And also to earn myself big money and the Kenyan government big money. If you have liked what I've said on this channel, please send something on the mobile M-Pesa down there. +254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, kwaheri ya kuonana, kwaheri.